state.
This is CNN Breaking News.
We're interrupting Kevin at the White House because we have breaking news from the Supreme Court. It has reached a major decision. CNN Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed has the details. What's this case about, Paula?
This is one of the most significant cases that the justices have decided in recent years. Here, the Supreme Court ruling that President Trump's use of these emergency tariffs that he has implemented are illegal. It's the most significant economic case to reach the high court in years, sweeping implications for the economy and, of course, for presidential power. And at stake here are billions of dollars in revenue that have already been collected by the government. Pamela Wolf, the other significance here is that this is the first time that the 6-3 conservative court has ruled against President Trump in one of these major cases that have gone before the court.
Did you hear that news right there? Now, there's always ways to get around that too, because like I said, and I want you guys to understand something. Anything that's good for America, the left wants something opposite to happen, because I want to deal with Justice Roberts in particular today. Amy Coney Barrett is a complete fraud too. The only one I was surprised with is Gorsuch. Gorsuch sided with them. Now, you may have forgot that there was a ruling that when Obama was the president, I hate Justice Roberts. I really do. I wish it was him instead of Scalia that passed away. Yeah, I mean that with all my heart too. Because if you remember when Obamacare was, they were trying to pass Obamacare. Matter of fact, hold on a minute. Let me go get, I want you to hear what Justice Roberts tried to justify it. And then we're going to do a walk back through memory lane with Justice Roberts, since he wants to get technical. I can't see out of my glasses for some reason. Because now he wants to act like he's doing something based on the law and principle and who can pass taxes. He didn't change his whole argument now. One thing I can tell you about a communist, they can't hide for long. They always come out because it's impossible for them to go against their own kindred spirit. Here he is.
This is a question for the other side as well. It's two-facing. Yes, of course, tariffs and dealings with foreign powers, but the vehicle is imposition of taxes on Americans, and that has always been the core power of Congress. So to have the president's foreign affairs power trump that basic power for Congress seems to me to kind of at least neutralize between the two powers, the executive power and the legislative power.
Let me say two things in response to that. First, the notion that the taxes are all borne by Americans and are not borne by foreign producers whose goods are imported is empirically, there's no basis for that in the record. It's actually a mix.
Well, who pays the tariffs? If a tariff is imposed on automobiles, who pays them?
Typically there'd be regardless of who the importer of record is, there'd be a contract that would go along the sort of line of transfer that would allocate the tariff, and there'd be different. Sometimes the foreign producer would pay them. Sometimes the importer would bear the cost. The importer could be an American, could be a foreign company. A lot of times it's a wholly owned American subsidiary of a foreign corporation. So it gets allocated. The empirical estimates range from like 30% to 80% of like how much is borne by Americans.
I mean, it's been suggested that the tariffs are responsible for significant reduction in our deficit. I would say that's raising revenue domestically.
There certainly is an incidental and collateral effect of the tariffs that they do raise revenue, but it's very important that they are regulatory tariffs, not revenue-raising tariffs. And the way you can see this, I think
it's quite insulting for him to say that Congress is supposed to only has the authority to raise taxes. And then when it came to Obamacare, you may have remembered that it was a 5-4 opinion at first to strike down Obamacare under the Commerce Clause. But this filthy, he may be a child, I'm not even for sure. He changed his opinion to join the 4 liberals before this court, and he saved the unconstitutional Obamacare. As a matter of fact, one of the guys who literally wrote Obamacare admits to this. But when it comes time to to stop the other countries from ripping us off. Because you do know the reason you charge tariff, and President Trump ain't the first one that charged tariff. You charge tariffs if another country is charging you 40% tariffs, just say on steel, and you're only charging them 20% on stuff. How in the hell are they not ripping us off? We were losing about $1 trillion a year because the other countries was ripping us off. But see, when you come in and you tell the other countries, I'm going to give it to you just like you're giving it to us. And if you don't lower your tariffs on us, we're going to raise ours. And I don't care how tough they talk. They need us more than we need them. But see, I'm going to tell you something about the left-leaning liberal, the communists, or whoever. Notice that all those who are from the left, they hate private businesses. They hate private schools. They want the government to run everything. This is why that piece of trash by the name of Bernie Sanders is always talking about giving your money over to the government. The government has effed up every different thing you can name. I don't care what it is. If it's a school system, they screwed it up. Medical industry, they screwed it up. I'll tell you, you can take anything that the government does and get a private company to do it 5 times better. If you look at how the post office is run, go look how FedEx and UPS is running. It ain't even no comparison. Look at Amazon. I mean, you don't have to like Jeff Bezos, but that damn thing is ran good. Sometimes you can order some on Amazon and you can get it the same damn day. That was unheard of when we grew up because you had to depend on a government worker. Now, I'm not saying all government workers are bad who work for the post office. What I am saying, they can't compare to Amazon. It ain't even close. Anything the government does, a private company can do it better. This is why they don't want you to have private schools. Notice that the communists always want you in their school system so they can indoctrinate you. They're outraged. You got to pay taxes on the local schools, but you can't pick where your kids go to school at. No communists, no Nazis, no fascists ever want you to privatize schooling because that's how they indoctrinate you. Keeping things, the bigger the government gets, the worse off your country becomes. So the feds have ruined every damn thing. Banking system, anything you damn well name, they do it worse than a private company. It ain't even close. This is why they want to keep this going on. Look at all the fraud going on. All of this fraud, we're going to get to these Somalians because a couple of them had a press conference, want us to pay these bastards reparations. These inbreeds want us to pay them reparations after they done stole our damn money. You can't even make this up. Because see, when the government runs stuff, they don't have to have any accountability. If you work for a private company, just say they give you a credit card and expense account. You have to show your receipts. You got to show everything that you got from that company. Because the reason I know this is because the company I work for, we all had credit cards. And I was the one who would take the credit cards and make sure your credit card is matching something. You didn't buy something that has nothing to do with this company. And you have to show a receipt. But with the government, they F off all your money. They're not held accountable. Nobody is held accountable even when they screw your money off. Look at the USAID or USAID, whatever I like to call it USAID. Think about this. They were wasting money on God knows what. Every time you look around, they were wasting money on something. As anybody went to jail for the whole USAID thing? We don't lock up criminals. Here they are, Justice Roberts, who's a piece of trash. Amy's a piece of trash too. That skank is not smart. Everybody keeps saying she's a moron. And Garcic ought to be ashamed of his damn stuff. He usually actually rules better. But when you have the people in charge and you have powerful people in charge, everything they can do to destroy the country, that's what they do. Just think about what they're actually saying now. You're saying if another country is ripping us off. We just got to take it. You got to bend over, grab your ankles. But it doesn't matter one way or another what they're doing, because there's ways to get around this. Because they didn't, just because one specific law, they say he can't use that, there's about 3 or 4 more others he can use. He's already said he's going to go executive order. Because we had collected about $170 billion because of the tariffs. The communists, those who hate the country, those who are anti-American, and they don't like you doing American first, they say that is a bad thing. They said, damn it, we will not allow you to be making sure that that the American people are prosperous. We don't like that. We want you to do away with that crap. This is what the country has become. Bunch of damn communists. Stephen Wells just hit us up. Says gifted a membership. Stephen Wells just gifted 5 membership. God bless you, that's Stephen. We got to get back. We're going to get back on schedule because we've been off schedule for you for a little while. Because I got some more exclusive things I want to upload for our members only, just for the reason that YouTube don't let you say certain things on here. So we're going to make sure we do that on YouTube. We normally, they may do a little shallow banning on Facebook. Like right now, it's not really live on Facebook. They put the little thing up, but they block it. They get upset. I think Twitter may be having some issues with some too. I don't know. But the thing that gets me is that we have a country that your so-called leader is supposed to be looking out for the best interest of your country. The whole system has become a joke to me. And we got Susan Rice. I'm going to bring her up in a few minutes. Susan Rice is on there threatening when they get in office that they're going to go after the companies. They're going to go after anybody who was in office with Donald Trump. See, this is what they do. And guess what? They actually mean it. Susan Rice should have been charged with a crime long time ago. Benghazi, she was behind the unmasking. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But these tariffs, when I saw this today, I said to myself, look at this. And the liberals were so gleeful about that. So we're collecting more money to the tune of $175 billion. And don't forget, this is another thing that people are not talking about enough. The reason that a lot of these countries was saying they were willing to spend trillions of dollars over here now is because of the tariffs. But the left says that's a bad thing. Making sure that that American people are not being ripped off by they've been doing it for years too. George Bush was a fraud. Herbert Bush was a fraud when it came to that. Almost all of them. Reagan even let him get away with a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to even speak on Obama and the Clintons and all of them. And Joe Biden, he wasn't even in charge. But everything they do goes against the best interest of the American people. Now, Justice Roberts was pretending like the president can't do this because Congress is supposed to be the ones that's making the text. Why he didn't say the same thing for Obamacare? He actually changed his vote in order to pass Obamacare. That's the kind of guy Justice Roberts is. But I want to bring in the architect for Obamacare because he says it a little bit better. He admits that it was a fraudulent thing. He had to lie to you guys to get in there. You didn't take it enough that Obama was lying, but here he is right here, this guy.
You can't do it politically. You just literally cannot do it. Okay? Transparent financing, unless I have transparent financing, also transparent spending. I mean, this bill was written in a tortured way to make sure CBO did not score the mandate as taxes. If CBO scored the mandate as taxes, the bill dies. Okay? So it's written to do that. In terms of risk-rated subsidies, if you had a law which said healthy people are going to pay in, it made explicit that healthy people pay in and sick people get money, it would not have passed. Okay? Just like lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass. And, it's the second best argument. Look, I wish Mark was right. We can make it all transparent. But I'd rather have this law than not. So it's kind of like his reporter story. There's things I wish I could change, but I'd rather have this law than not.
So first of all, you haven't publicly commented on this so far. Do you stand by the comments in that video?
The comment in the video were made at an academic conference. I was speaking off the cuff. And other Massachusetts hero, John Kerry, former Republican, were like this.
came up with a great substitute idea. They said, look, what you economics nerds want to do is you want to say that for people with expensive health insurance plans, they will no longer get a 40% tax break. What if we instead just levied a 40% tax on the insurance companies that sell these terrible expensive Cadillac plans? We said, well, that's pretty much the same thing, so why does it matter? I said, you'll see. And they were posted in that passed. Because the American voters are too stupid to understand the difference. So basically...
So I was speaking off the cuff, and I think...
Until the second Massachusetts hero arose, John Kerry. And John Kerry said, no, we're going to tax your health insurance. We're going to tax those evil insurance companies. We're going to impose a tax that if they sell health insurance that's too expensive, we're going to tax them. And conveniently, the tax rate will happen to be the marginal tax rate under the income tax code. So basically, it's the same thing. We just tax the insurance companies. They pass it on higher prices. That offsets the tax break we get. It ends up being the same thing. It's a very clever, basically exploit.
Now, why hasn't anybody held these people accountable for these filthy lies? Susan Rice, I'm going to prove she lied so many times. Not even funny. Eric Holder lied. Under oath, too. When the Republicans, see, this is what pissed me off so much about the Epstein thing. It's the very principle of, first of all, you're doing it to kids. Second of all, that nobody's being held accountable for all the crimes they have done. When you don't hold criminals accountable, when they get back in office, they don't show any mercy. President Trump should have learned that when he said Hillary had suffered enough. I tried to tell y'all in 2017 he was making a mistake. Never take your foot off of one of these leftists because they hate you. They despise you. Now, Barack Obama said on several occasions, if you want your doctor, you can keep your doctor. He kept saying it. But no matter how much he says something, these dumbasses are still pretending. Now, I heard somebody today that was saying like Donald Trump is arrogant. He's trying to go around what the Supreme Court has ordered. Barack Obama did way worse than that, and he didn't even have the law on his side. He even said that he couldn't do the whole DACA thing, but he was ignoring it. Joe Biden said the same damn thing. And what they were doing was bad for the American people. Obamacare raised the taxes of everybody who had health insurance. Obamacare was crummier insurance, and if you didn't have the insurance, they gave you a penalty for not taking the crummy insurance. And the left was lapping it up. This is wonderful. I hate these people. They're so damn evil. All they do is lie to you and then pretending like they're helping you. Don't help me anymore. Please don't help me anymore. You helping me is killing me. And so Barack Obama was lying about that, but I want to bring up Obama. This is part of the lies he was telling.
About healthcare already. Then you can keep your plan if you are satisfied with it.
If you like the plan you have, you can keep it.
I intend to keep this promise. If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan.
If you like your plan and your doctor, you can.
See, even though I don't think Barack Obama is a practicing Muslim, Muslims have the tradition that they can lie to you and it's no big deal. You're an infidel. Well, the communists and the Muslims, they run in the same kind of, like on the same track, side by side. They both do the same thing. First of all, they brainwash their people. They don't want you questioning something that's an obvious lie. Second thing they do is they will lie. They will use propaganda. It's one of their best tools. Everything Barack Obama ran on was a complete lie. Everything he ran on was a lie. He said he believed in traditional marriage, and it's between a man and a woman, while he was getting the long stroke in Jeremiah Wright's church. He said that he wanted the border shut. He deported some people. Don't get me wrong. He did deport some people, but they was doing everything they can to undermine the American people. He was giving plane loads of cash to the folks over there in Iran. That's why we have a problem now. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, he tried to sign a nuclear deal to make sure they get nuclear weapons. The man should be charged with high treason. He and Joe Biden, I don't know, but Joe Biden technically, he trashed all his life before he lost his mind, but I don't have no sympathy for him. All of it is treasonous act, if you ask me. Now, if you remember Susan Rice, who she's in the news here lately because I'm gonna get to these Somalians too, these damn inbred Somalians asking for reparations. I got some reparations for you. I damn sure got some reparations for you, damn Somalia. I'll give it to you, all right. You won't like the reparations I want to give you. But here is this is Susan Rice threatening to lock up and go after the people who actually supported Donald Trump. I got a couple clips about Susan Rice because I want to show you some of the lies she was willing to tell. She's a dirty woman. I mean, dirty to the core. And don't forget, we're gonna bring up the unmasking by her too. But what did I do with that Susan Rice here? Hold on a minute. The first one I want to do, this is one of her threatening us because I think I got like 3 or 4 of Susan Rice's.
And when it comes to the elites, the corporate interests, the law.
She said when it comes to the elites, the only reason that you've been in office this long is because of the elites. This freaking deep state hussy right here is pretending like the other people are the elites.
Firms, the universities, the media. I agree with you, Preet. It is not, it's not going to end well for them. For those that decided that it was, that they would act in their perceived very narrow self-interest, which I would underscore is very short-term self-interest, and, take a knee to Trump. I think they're now starting to realize, wait a minute, this is not popular. Trump is not popular. What he is doing, whether on the economy and affordability.
The economy is going the right way. See, this is why they're trying to change the tariff. I don't know how they got to some of these justices, because I told you it's going in the right direction. In 1 month, Donald Trump literally sealed the border up in 1 month. Reagan didn't do it. Herbert Bush didn't do it. W didn't do it. And damn sure Clinton, all of them said they had to write new laws in order to get the border secure. All it takes is a little fortitude, and you can get any damn thing done you want to get done. And this is what they do. They'll sabotage anything. They'll mess up a wet dream.
Or on immigration now is not popular, and that there is likely to be.
It's not popular. Are you crazy? And by the way, she's against voter ID. Even liberals, the majority of the liberals want voter ID.
A swing in the other direction, and they are going to be caught with more than their pants down. They're going to be held accountable by those who come in opposition to Trump and win at the ballot box. And I can tell you, Preet, as I talk to leaders in Washington, leaders in our party, leaders in the states, if these corporations think that the Democrats, when they come back in power, are going to, play by the old rules, and say, oh, never mind, we'll forgive you for all the people you fired, all the policies and principles you've violated, all, the laws you've skirted. I think they've got another thing coming.
See, if the Trump administration was a grain of salt when it came to prosecuting people, on that statement alone, you'll go, because I can tell you about 2 or 3 charges easily, and we're going to bring up some of the people talking about this, that you can easily charge Susan Rice with.
Because, just like when Trump thought, okay, I'll redistrict and the Democrats won't have the guts to play hardball, they're going to be surprised. Democrats have had a bellyful, and we're not going to play by, the old set of rules when these guys are playing by a very different set of rules. We're going to play by the law, but we're not going to violate the law the way they do, but we're not going to be suckers. And so I think, whether you're a law firm, whether you're a university, whether you're a media entity, whether you're a big corporation, whether you're big tech, you need to play a long game, not this short game that has been so detrimental. There will be an accountability agenda. Companies already are starting to hear they better preserve their documents. They better be ready for subpoenas. If they've done something wrong, they'll be held accountable. And if they haven't broken the law, good for them. If they've done the right things, good for them. That also will be.
Look what she just said. You better preserve your records for January the 6th, the modern day Abraham Lincoln, Dick Jr., Liz Cheney, and that freaking cotton picking Phil Hand, all of them, Adam Schiff, they all destroyed all the records. And the Trump administration didn't prosecute not one single one of them. That fake pardon that Joe Biden didn't even sign is null and void anyway. She's saying if you don't preserve your record, we're going to go after you. Many of the Epstein files have been destroyed. Did the Trump administration go after them? When you don't do anything to these people, it gets worse. She's threatening to do something. And guess what? The thing is, they actually mean it. They can break the law and we don't prosecute them. We don't break the law and they still prosecute us. This is what makes me so mad that they ain't doing a damn thing, Pam Bundy and the rest of them.
Noted and remembered. But, this is not going to be an instance of, forgive and forget.
Right.
The damage that these people are doing is too severe to the American people.
Man, I almost called this woman out her name, boy. I'm trying to restrain myself. Lord, hold my tongue. I want you to think about this. 4 of our men were killed in Benghazi. And frauds like Trey Gowdy didn't do a damn thing to her. Her and the Hildebeest always lying, including Obama. But I got a couple clips just to prove my case with how they let her get away with it. When you don't punish criminals, guess what criminals do? Here's her and Obama saying something different.
Side does.
This is Obama saying the other side wants to do hateful stuff.
The mean, angry,
demagoguery,
exclusive, us, them.
I hate this son's bitch right here too. I really do. See, when you allow somebody like Barack Obama to get in office with a fake birth certificate. Now, I got a question for you. This is a question because, like I said, I saw some liberals that was saying that Donald Trump is arrogant. All presidents are arrogant because the very principle to be president is you're saying that I can run the country better than anybody else. It takes a certain amount of arrogance in order to want to be president. I don't care how humble they act. George Bush thought he should have been the president. Jimmy Carter thought he should have been the president. Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, they all are arrogant. All presidents are arrogant. Don't let nobody fool you. There ain't no such thing as not an arrogant president. All presidents are arrogant because it takes a certain amount of arrogance to be the damn president. But what gets me, though, is that I want somebody to name me one thing Barack Obama has ever did in the private sector. He's never owned a business. He's never held a job. I don't know that fake job they tell me he was at Harvard. That's a political job, too. If he was there, I don't really believe he was there anyway. At least you can make the argument Donald Trump has actually built business. He knows something about business. There's too many people. Let's try AOC. She ever ran a business? They say she worked as a bartender. I don't even know if I believe that, but just say she did. Omar. Has Omar ever ran a business or even had a job outside of politics? See, these people have never even owned a damn business. All they want to do is push the globalist agenda. That's why they want to be in charge of everything. They want to be in charge of your school system, your shipping. They want to regulate everything, your health care. And if they can be in charge of your health care, that's how they keep you sick. They poison your food. They allow medicine on the market that they know will damage your body. They got medicine you take, next thing you know, your whole kidneys and stuff is messed up. And then they'll tell you need to take, it's regulated. They'll tell you can't take no other stuff. Think about this. It'll be an experimental drug. It's probably more natural. They'll say, we forbid you to take it and we will stop the doctor from giving it to you. Because they say it's experimental. These are the same people who will let them experiment with the jab and everything else and let the pharmaceutical companies give you any kind of damn medicine. They'll let you have operations on children. but you can't take something that's natural because they need you sick. I want you to understand what I'm saying. In order for the government to control you, they need you to be damn ignorant and they need you to be sick, because ignorant and sick people are easy to control. People who got in good health and once they eyes have been opened, you can't shut their eyes if they got any damn sense. Keeping them sober and keeping them educated is the worst thing that the government can do. That's why they dumb down the school system. If you see what they're doing to those kids at the school now, they're getting the kids to run out the room screaming F ice. They can't do multiplications, couldn't critically solve any damn thing. Most of them need anxiety medicine just to go to school. I don't remember as many people being on anxiety medicine when I went to school. I never remember anybody that I knew being on anxiety medicine. They got the kids on anxiety medicine. I know people gonna get upset when I say this. See, this is on the parent. I was listening to Clay and Buck today. I wanted to just throw up. They had some person on there who was a transgender. Everybody know they took most of Rush Limbaugh's spots. They do most of the time. They do pretty good work. Clay and Buck does, but I was listening to it, and it was something that Clay said. Clay Travis is his name. After the person who had got a surgery, and the person said, "It messed my life up." The school system, the camp, everybody encouraged me to get this surgery. And a person called in and told Clay, "Well, I blame the parents mostly because it's the parents' job." Clay almost reprimanded him. He says, "Well, if these doctors is telling you that, do you want your child to live?" Like I think it was a young lady who they tried to convert to being a male. Do you want your child to be a live boy or a dead girl? And Clay's argument was the parents not really that much to blame because the doctor is telling them. I wouldn't give a damn what no doctor tell me when it comes to my damn child. That's pure ignorance. You are responsible because the doctor told me. I told the doctor, I ain't listening to what you say when it comes to my children. Not when I know something ain't good for them. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist. Just like most people listen to anything the doctor tell them, take this, take this, take this. Barack Obama can't tell me a damn thing. He's never ran a business. Susan Rice ain't never ran a damn business. They ain't never owned a business. Neither one of them never even had a damn job. But we put the people in charge who's never ran anything, never worked in the private sector, been a career politician all their damn lives. They have been raising Barack Obama to be a politician since he was younger. I find it mind-boggling that people get upset when you just don't blindly follow somebody who's never owned a business, never worked at a job, never even supervised anybody. You're going to lecture me on something. Or if you get somebody, just think about this, somebody like Jerry Nadler, he's going to give me health advice. He's pooping on himself. Joe Biden's going to give me health advice. Barack Obama sticking dingalings in his rear end is going to give me health advice. I'm not taking health advice from you. Some people can't give me no health advice. I always find it fascinating that the people, you'll be surprised how many people try to give me health advice. And I always tell them, do you take any kind of medicine? Or you feeling, let's jog down to the corner right there. Let's go out in the hot sun all day long and see who body gives out. You're not giving me health advice. I don't take health advice from somebody. I'm way more healthy than you. Why would I take your health advice? Damn it. Barack Obama can't give me no health advice about no doctor. And I don't understand why people keep listening to these damn people. Anthony Fauci is giving you health advice. Looking like a garden gnome, he's giving you health advice, but you don't look at everything he's advised on is destroyed the damn country. He should be in prison. But see, these liberals like Barack Obama and Susan Rice likes to try to lecture. Communists always want to force you to go with their plan. Communism has never worked. Anytime the bigger the government gets, the more your rights you lose, the worse any service is. Every government agency that you have to deal with. Have you ever tried to do business and try to go get a permit working with the city workers down there? it's a nightmare because they work for the city and know they can't get fired. I like to deal with people who can get fired because they're going to be motivated to do a better damn job when they can get fired. Eric Holder, that piece of trash. Matter of fact, I got some more on Susan Rice. Let me bring Susan Rice back up with her lies here. This is when she was talking about Benghazi.
Pastor, he says this is something that's been in the planning stages for months. I understand you have been saying that you think it was spontaneous. Are we not on the same page here?
Well, Bob, let me tell you what we understand to be the assessment at present. First of all, very importantly, as you discussed with the president, there is an investigation that the United States government will launch, led by the FBI. That has begun.
But they're not there.
They're not on the ground yet, but they have already begun looking at all sorts of evidence of various sorts.
See, ask us specifically, because they're talking about Benghazi. If the guy had any kind of wits about himself, he should ask her what specific information they're looking at when they haven't even got on the ground. Tell me, can you name some specific? You ain't got to go into detail because I know it's national security. What are they looking at? Why are you looking at this dumb video that was on YouTube? You trying to act like the video had something to do with it because they was in Cairo, Egypt, and they did it on 9/11. But you think it's a video.
Already available to them and to us, and they will get on the ground and continue the investigation. So we'll want to see the results of that investigation to draw any definitive conclusions. But based on the best information we have to date, what our assessment is as of the present is in fact what it began spontaneously in Benghazi as a reaction to what had transpired some hours earlier in Cairo, where, of course, as you know, there was a violent protest outside of our embassy sparked by this hateful video.
I wish they would have took that video. I wish I'd have say that video. There was nothing violent about the damn video. But she's on national TV. She went on show after show. Hillary did the same thing. Hillary had already emailed Chelsea, Bill's stepdaughter, and she emailed Chelsea, and she said that it was a terrorist attack. It happened on 9/11, the anniversary of 9/11. You dumb heifer, you. What the hell is you talking about? So it's just a coincidence that it happened on 9/11, but it was spontaneous because of an offensive video. Now, later on, we proved that she knew she was lying when she said it. Hillary knew she was lying when she said it. We never got to the bottom of what they were doing in Benghazi. And guess who was the lead prosecutor the lead person over this committee? Trey Gowdy, the one who used to be a prosecutor, always bragging about being a damn prosecutor. And all of this information, are you freaking kidding me? You think that this was actually some spontaneous? You don't even have to even look at anything to know it wasn't spontaneous. But this heifer went on every show lying. Hillary had already emailed Chelsea and said it was a terrorist attack, but she wanted us to believe that they were tricked.
But soon after that spontaneous protest began outside of our consulate in Benghazi, we believe that it looks like extremist elements, individuals joined in that effort with.
I would just like to scream at the top of my voice in the middle of while she's talking. Like I just scream at him, stop it. Stop your filthy lies. I mean, they can look you right in your face. She's just filibustering, long, drug out answer. She flat out lying. And he's just sitting there listening. He's scared to even ask any questions. You don't even know the disdain I got for these people. They're so freaking evil.
Heavy weapons of the sort that are unfortunately readily now available in Libya post-revolution. And that it's...
Well, why were y'all still in Libya, by the way, when all the other countries had already pulled their people out? Why were we still there? Nobody's giving me a good explanation on that either.
Spun from there into something much...
But she wants to prosecute and destroy your life for going against all the liberal communist policies that's anti-American. When they get back in office, she said, y'all gonna get it.
Much, much more violent.
But you do not agree with him that this was something that had been plotted out several months ago?
We do not have information at present that leads us to conclude that this was premeditated or pre-planned.
Can you believe this? Oh, you filthy liar. You are a filthy liar. Is that the net? I got another one of her. Is this the one? Oh, no, this is the guy talking about her unmasking.
Legal jeopardy. Here's why. Publicly, she said, I don't know anything about electronic surveillance, unmasking, and incidental collection. Well, it turns out she wasn't telling the truth. National Security Council investigated and found on dozens of occasions she requested the unmasking of Trump transition officials and not for matters related to national security.
I got one question. Did they prosecute her? Because this is an old clip. Nobody got prosecuted. Donald Trump, his first administration, he didn't prosecute her or Hillary or Obama or nobody else. When he was going to get back in office, he was going to prosecute him for sure. Nobody has been prosecuted yet. And the Democrats are saying when they get back in office, they're going to give it to you. And guess what? When they get back in office, they will give it to you. One thing I can say about these demons, they follow through.
But purely politics. So there's 3 potential felonies here that apply to her. It's a crime to lie in your unmasking request, claiming it's national security when in fact it's politics. It's a crime to use your government office for political purposes. And finally, if she is the one who leaked Michael Flynn's name, it's a felony to unmask some.
Speaking of Michael Flynn, I know you're probably not going to see this, but you need to get away from Steve Bannon. I'm just going to call it like I see it. You need to get away from Steve Bannon, boy.
Somebody and leak that unmasking.
Interesting. So Susan Rice was leaking information, unmasking people, not because of national security, but because of a political gain. Has she been prosecuted yet? Because we don't do that. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Donald Trump told me she suffered enough. Okay, all right. Okay then. If you say so. I'm gonna play Somalis in a few minutes, but I want to. Is this the other one?
Congress set up 8 committees.
Oh, here's her throwing Trey Gotti in the bus, saying that Trey Gotti didn't do nothing to her.
Congress set up 8 committees to investigate Benghazi. Not one of them found that I deliberately misled the American people, including the one led by Trey Gowdy, who's now going to.
Told you, Trey Gowdy is a fraud. It's obvious she lied about it. If you look at the email that Hillary sent to Chelsea, it's obvious Hillary lied about it. She knew it was a terrorist attack from the very first day, so I don't even know why they're talking about this damn video. It was on the anniversary of 9/11. You ain't got to be a Columbo to figure this out.
Apparently defend Donald Trump. What we see now is Mike Pompeo, who is, one of the most avid prosecutors of the Benghazi.
Mike Pompeo is a fraud too. See, that's another fellow that Donald Trump had in his first administration. Mike Pompeo is the one who tried to assassinate Julian Assange while Donald Trump was the president last time. Thought I forgot about that, huh, Mike Pompeo? I don't care if your fat ass did lose some weight.
Benghazi so-called scandal, refusing to cooperate at all with Congress. The Obama administration provided documents. They provided testimony. Secretary Clinton sat for 11 hours. I sat for 4.
I just can't believe how weak we are as a country to let these people break every law. I mean, we had a laptop with all 100 information that Joe Biden did, and the Republican was still too weak to even do anything about that. Now, you remember when Eric Holder and Barack Obama was lying like this?
When did you first know about the program, officially, I believe, called Fast and Furious? To the best of your knowledge, what date?
I'm not sure the exact date, but I probably heard about Fast and Furious for the first time over the last few weeks.
He lied on the oath right there. He told a flat-out lie on the oath.
He says over the last few weeks, that is on May 3rd, 2011. Listen to this interview the President of the United States, not the Attorney General, the President of the United States had with CNN Espanol back in March.
There have been problems. I heard on the news about this story that Fast and Furious.
Did you hear this nigga just lie? He heard about the Fast and the Furious on the news. He's the president of the United States at that particular time. And he didn't learn about the Fast and the Furious until the news came out. I just get so disgusted about people making excuses up for these damn people. Nothing ever happens to any damn body. No matter how much they lie. Can President Trump unseal Barack Obama's records? I'm gonna have to look that up. Why he's talking, I'm trying to look that up. Because I want those records unsealed.
Where allegedly guns were being run into Mexico, and ATF knew about it but didn't apprehend those who had sent it. Eric Holder, the Attorney General, has been very clear that he knew nothing about this. We've assigned
He said Eric Holder has been clear. He's been very clear about this. Damn, they be lying.
a IG, Inspector General, to investigate it.
It begs the question, how did the president know about this in March, and how did the president know the attorney general knew nothing about this in March when the attorney general says in May he just learned about it a couple weeks ago?
Checkmate. Did you get that? Let me replay that last part.
It begs the question, how did the president know about this in March, and how did the president know the attorney general knew nothing about this in March when the attorney general says in May he just learned about it a couple weeks ago?
That's a good question, because he's lying. No matter how many times we catch him in the lie, guess what the Republicans do? Nothing. Now, they'll go on Fox News or one of these other shows, and they'll grandstand and who and high and what we going to do. And the next time, send me back to Washington to fight the establishment. Every time I hear him say that, I just want to just throw up. I swear I do. I just want to throw up. I already know you're not going to do that when you tell me that. Because they all say that. It's a talking point. I've been hearing it for years. They don't do nothing. They're too corrupt. I mean, technically speaking, in 2019, when it had got discovered or uncovered that still elected officials who were still in office, we had used taxpayers' money to pay some of the assaults that they had did on women, and we use taxpayer money to bail them out, but we don't need to know what their name is. The reason they like being politicians is because there is no accountability. Unless you're a real conservative, there ain't no accountability. Trump administration is not going to prosecute any of these bastards. If they do, they'll get some little small fish and prosecute him, and everybody come on patting him on the back, saying how the badass Pam Bundy is going after him now. I heard what Cash Patel says. Cash Patel and Pam Bundy can't tell me nothing. I don't listen to nothing they say. I don't trust nothing they say. If Pam Bundy and Cash Patel told me that the sun was out and I hadn't been outside yet, if they told me that the sun was rose up this morning, I still wouldn't believe them because I don't believe nothing they say. They've lied on the oath. They've lied too many times. So my only question is, why are they protecting the Obama's administration and the Biden administration? I don't understand why they're protecting them. Something is strange about that. Now, I'm going to get to these Somalians in a few minutes here. Let's see. Susan Rice should have went to jail a long time ago. Long time ago. She's done whatever she wanted to do. Now, this was Donald Trump speaking on the tariffs. I think I got two clips. One of them is older, one of them is newer.
If a country tells me, sir, we like you very much, but we're going to no longer adhere to being in the reserve currency, we're not going to salute the dollar anymore, I'll say that's okay. And you're going to pay a 100% tariff on everything you sell into the United States. And we love your product. I hope you sell a lot of it into the United States, but you're going to pay 100%.
See, he said this for his president. He told me he was going to do it. Matter of fact, when Donald Trump was I think it was on Oprah, one of these shows way before he became president, he said the exact same thing back then. Now, all of these so-called experts, I remember when this happened. I tell you, I was at a gas station and some jackass, I didn't even know the dude. He just gonna try to have a conversation, says, because I was black, he was black. He thought I was disagreeing about the tariffs. So he just randomly started talking to me. Say he used to be a stockbroker. I didn't believe him though. But he told me that what Donald Trump is doing is going to crash the economy. No, the liberals going to crash the economy. Charging some other country that's already charging you is the smartest thing I've ever heard. I don't even understand why it's even a controversy. It's absurd. You're ripping me off, and I'm supposed to let you keep ripping me off.
He will then follow it up by saying, sir, it would be an honor to stay with the reserve currency. That will be like just playing. That's not even chess, that's checkers. But you don't have other
facts. See, this is what people don't understand. Most people are not going to do the right thing. This is a saying, and people think I'm lying when I say when I talk to some people, if I know them for a little while, I can't tell you how many people I said this to. I said, right now, if you take an evaluation, I said, I know this is going to hurt your feelings. If you do evaluation, 80 to 85% of everybody that you know, is my thing going? 80 to 80, I said 80 to 85% of everybody that you know, I don't care if it's family, friends, whatever. Damn it, what the hell? I said, I don't care who it is, family, friends, or whoever. 85% of everyone you know will rip you off if you let them. Everybody gets offended when I tell them that. I said, I'm going to take it a step further. About 40 to 50%, even if you don't want to let them rip you off, they'll still try to find a way to rip you off if you let them. I'm talking about family and friends and everybody. I paid attention to this for the last 20 years, and I know I'm right about it. It could be people you're supposed to be cool with. It could be people you're supposed to, family members that be yank in the back, stab you in the back, will gut you up. And then they'll get mad when you confront them over, because I'm going to confront you on it. When you do it, I'm going to confront you. Most people will rip you off if you let them. You got these politicians, no consequences behind them. They'll rip you off because there's no consequences. The reason most people don't do stuff is because there's consequences. Not because they got character or principles or something like that. See, the people like the Obamas and the Susan Rice and almost every politician, Republican or Democrat, will screw you royally because it doesn't affect them. 99.9% of all politicians will screw you if you let them. 99.9%. And then they'll get on TV telling you how much they love the Constitution. See, many times, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's pretending right now she did nobody did more insider trading than that heifer. But she never even addresses that. When she go on these shows, nobody even asks her that particular thing. Mitch McConnell, who should be already dead and in a grave by now with his ugly self. Mitch McConnell is still trying to stop the SAFE Act because he don't want them to have to show ID. Why would this so-called Republican? Mitch McConnell should have been retired a long time ago. I can't wait till he dies. I can't wait till he dies. I'm going to celebrate when Mitch McConnell dies. All he's done is help the Democrats screw up the country. He's complete trash. And that goes for Lindsey Graham too. Trash. But people get upset, but you shouldn't say that. I just did. Because it's on my mind. You just don't want me to be honest. Because I'll be lying to you if I tell you I'm not gleeful when one of these devils die. Hell is you talking about? See, most people are gleeful, but they just don't have the balls to say it. I'm just going to say it. I don't care about anybody celebrating when I die. I don't care. I'm dead, fool. What are you talking about? Like I'm supposed to give a damn. I'm dead. But see, here's the thing is, I didn't go around screwing over people all my damn life like these damn politicians do. They're in office. They're supposed to be upholding the Constitution and protecting us. And the only thing they ever do is destroy this damn country. And then they get mad when you call them out on it. Or dare you say such and such. I don't give a damn about you getting upset about it. Because I know that you are a fraud. Speaking of that, like that Todd Blanche, that he should have been fired a long time ago. If Donald Trump had any kind of ball, he'd have fired that piece of trash long time ago. Him and Pam Bundy both. They done told so many lies, and people get mad because I'm calling them on their lies. We already know all the Democrats are devils, but what about the Republicans? They didn't get caught in so many lies you can't even keep up with it. Who in the hell could be still trusting Pam Bundy or Cash Patel all these lies? Dan Bongino is back on the air. Matter of fact, I'm streaming on Rumble right now. You may trying to block that off. He on here talking tough. Clown, I don't hear nothing you got to say now. Don't say knock the stick off my shoulder, and when the stick get knocked off your shoulder, you don't do anything about it. You remember that little game they used to play? Knock the stick off my shoulder. If you knock the stick off your shoulder, you got to fight. See, Dan Bongino and Cash Patel was talking about knock the stick off my shoulder. Democrats kicked the stick off their shoulder, and they didn't do a damn thing. All the criminal activities that these people have done, and these clowns want you to believe that there's nothing to see right here. You just got to trust them. I don't trust you. I never have trust the government. But the last, 15 or so years, every day I just distrust them less and less every damn day. All they do is lie. All they do is try to deceive. They don't even try to do the right thing. Everything they do is based on doing the wrong thing. It's scumbags. I ain't lying. These are, and what gets me though is that, see, the media, I want you to understand, the media as a whole is mostly just a propaganda tool for the left. I'm not saying they'll never do it for the right, but it's just mainly for the left. Because about 90 to 92% of all those who work for a news outlet vote Democrat. That's a fact. Well, they got people at Fox News that vote Democrat. And I'm not saying Republicans are perfect, but it ain't even close. It's not even close. Everything that the Democrats do is to destroy the country. Everything. There ain't nothing that these people do that is for your good. If you want to be right about 98% of the time, just disagree with the government. If the government tells you to eat certain food, don't eat it. If the government tells you to take medicine, don't take it. They'll get it right about 5% of the time. But most of the thing they do, because all of these so-called experts, they was writing papers, op-eds, and everything else telling you how bad tariff was, it's going to crash the economy. That didn't work. So what they said is that let's get the Supreme Court justices to turn that down so we can start to hurt the economy. When somebody show you who they are, damn it, you got to believe it. My man Mark Andrews hit us up. Appreciate you there, Mark, the sniper. But I want to get to the Somalians now, because the Somalians, they want reparations. I give you a one-way ticket to the resurrection. That's what I give you. Why don't you try to purchase one of those one-way tickets to the resurrection? Here is I want to play this clip by what's his name, Jesse Waters first, and then we're gonna deal with these inbreds asking for you to give them reparation because they heard they've been skank. You done stole all our damn money. What the hell is you talking about?
Found out what the Somali pirates did with their loot. Millions in taxpayer dollars meant for hungry kids went to island vacations, lakefront views, and hot cars. The pirates lived big and burned through a lot of cash. New court filings obtained by CBS News show the Somali scammers were living like Mike Tyson. One went on a luxury honeymoon in the Maldives, the Radisson Blu Resort, with water so clear you can count the stripes on the fish. But they were at the private pool popping bottles, sipping champagne during the day. But at night, the sommelier leads guests through the finest selection of vintages. The resort has a 3,500 bottle cellar filled with labels from around the world and 7 restaurants serving top-tier cuisine. And don't worry, they're halal certified. It didn't stop in the Maldives. These guys had a taste for the good life, an eye for waterfront properties, and luxury cars like this 2021 Porsche Macan. These guys were young and filthy rich because they stole from you. One showed off his box full of cash and a text, $250,000. They also sent millions to China and Kenya, and now the pirates are getting what they deserve. Abdiaziz Farah is sentenced to 30 years, and Abdulmajid Mohammed got 10 years and was ordered to pay back $50 million, which we'll see if he can come up with that kind of cash.
Forget about it.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. The more we dig, the more fraud we find.
So here's the thing. Who gave them the money? Yes, they committed fraud, but You got the governor down there. You got Omar. We got all these politicians now just throwing money at him. Somebody gave him the money. So here's the first heifer. Won't you? She says that y'all need to pay her because of ICE.
Fits into our criteria of Somali.
I love the teeth, by the way. You remember Ed the talking horse? Somebody want to give Ed back his teeth.
Of small business owners, not those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount. We have been suffering since the crisis of ICE. We also demand an immediate help to evictions so families are not pushed to homelessness during the crisis. Our community deserves accountability. Our community deserves safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
You know, every damn body with a brain should be insulted. Just think about what this freaking buck teeth heifer is saying. They stole money from us. Go back to your damn country. Why do we owe them anything? Go back to your damn country. They come over with their ugly self, funny looking heads like light bulbs, and they're demanding that we give them back the money that they stole from us. The gall of these damn people. And we'll sit around and somebody wants to say, I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to about these frauds. They should be in prison. She should be locked up already. Here we have this heifer lecturing us about giving her back money. What is wrong with our country? We're debating on should we give them back money, and they already stole money. She probably was one of the teachers at the Leering Academy, because it's not learning, the Leering Academy. She probably one of the teachers over there scaring the kids. With the, remember when Jerry Lewis played the Nutty Professor in the big teeth? That's what this reminds me of, the Nutty Professor, with Jerry Lewis on it. I'm talking about that old, not that remake that Eddie Murphy did. I'm talking about that old Jerry Lewis movie when he had them big buck teeth. This heifer says, we demand. You demand. When you allow people to do certain things, they become more and more bold. She demands, I'm going to play this for you again. I'm going to play buck teeth for you again.
Relief program fits into our criteria of small business owners, not those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount.
We don't make that much amount. She's the spokesman for these idiots. This is their spokesman. I bet your breath stink too. So we got to give you more money after you stole money from us. And see, we supposed to be nice about this. Like, you know, it's really sad. I really feel sorry for them. We'll give you a one-way ticket back home. Why don't y'all go back home? They always over here like people like Omar, the freaking brother effer. They're over here telling us how rotten this country, how racist it is. Why don't you go back to that freaking hellhole you came from? Excuse me. Why don't you go back to the hellhole you came from? If this country's so bad, she's demanding.
We've been suffering since the crisis of ICE. We also demand.
We also demand. We also demand. You don't demand.
An immediate help to evictions so families are not pushed to homelessness during the crisis. Our community deserves accountability.
Their community deserves accountability. Woo! Lord, 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 Lord. Their community deserves accountability. The people who stole all of these billions of dollars, they deserve accountability. Make it make sense, please.
Our community deserves safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives.
She needs justice. You need to get some go and get some justice for them damn teeth, because them teeth trying to escape.
Defending the community.
See, this is another reason. When I start thinking about Cass Patel and Pam Bundy, when they got these heifers, they got enough nerve to do a press conference and demand we give them something after they stole. That's like a thief breaking your house and say, I demand you give me some more of your free property. Oh, we had another one here. Here's another one.
We have suffering sons starting for ICE.
What? Can we get some captions here? I don't know what she just said.
We have suffering sons starting for ICE.
Are y'all understanding what she just said? Some about we have suffering and then the starting it and then with the ice. I got the hiccups now. I must be growing. We have I need to replay that again because I'm trying to figure out what she's saying. You don't look like you're missing no meals though.
We have suffering sons starting for ICE.
They barely can speak English. And we letting the bastards take our money. We have the suffering of 30th ICE. Okay, so what?
We wanna, whoever bring over here, we wanna they be. Only.
We want ever who bring over here. We want whatever who bring over here. Your mama brought them over here. That's who brought them over, your mammy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm asking our government and our state. We are.
Go back to your own damn government. Go back to Somalia.
Taxpayer, we need to pay back whatever they committed ICE. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You haven't said anything. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We want back and committed, and we want back, and thank you very much. Woo, girl, you sure spoke good. I'm so proud of you, Alba-dubala-gubba-dubala. Whatever the hell your name is. Unbelievable. We want back what they stole from us. We want back. We want back. This is unbelievable, man. We, as a country, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a country, we're doing pretty damn bad. I'm serious. Before I forget, I want to play my man Hemp. I gotta play my video by my man Hemp running for district 2 down there in South Carolina. My man Hemp, he's gonna get your little spot right here.
After a local GOP.
Start that over.
As I sit here tonight, after a local GOP meeting here in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I see all the corruption, even on the local level, state level, and you know how great it is on the federal level. As Christ went in and overturned the tables in the temple, I will go in and overturn the apple cart in Washington until you elect an outsider like me, a working man who cares about his people and his country, to go in and fight against the establishment. Nothing's ever going to change. If you elect me on June the 9th in the Republican primary, I will fight for the working man and woman no matter what. This is Hamp Redmond, and I'm asking for your vote on June the 9th. Thank you.
That's my brother Hamp asking for your vote. I see y'all doing with the bananas, rice, and lice. Y'all want me to replay it again? Because I couldn't tell what she was saying either. Let's bring both of them back up. We're going to bring Bucktooth back up first.
Fits into our.
You know, she's kind of scary. I mean, she reminds me of like a vampire or something. I mean, you see, if that girl bites you, boy, you're going to have to get you some tetanus shots or something. If she bites you, boy, you're going to get sick if she bites you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm saying, if that girl bites you, I'm telling you, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have to go get a rabies shot or something if she bites you, boy. What is it? Omar is upset about something because I can't stand that heifer right there, man. Ooh, I can't stand her. What is this? Reassure the public that the Supreme Court will rule if ever justice. Okay, I thought that was him saying something. Let me let Mr. Ed go back in.
This program fits into our criteria. of small business owners, not those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount. We have been suffering since the crisis of ICE. We also demand an immediate help to evictions so families are not pushed to homelessness during the crisis. Our community deserves accountability. Our community deserves safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
Did you hear? Now, we want to bring in the other one because she's very, very good at speaking.
We have suffering sons starting for ICE. We want to, whoever bring over here, we want to.
How much is your bananas going for? You got bananas and rice for sale? Because I want to know how much bananas going for.
They be. Only that's what I'm saying. And I'm asking our government and our state. We are taxpayer. We need pay back whatever they committed ICE. Thank you very much.
Let me see this. Let me see here. Okay. I was trying to look at some breaking equality. Shouldn't have investigated more than a dozen times by now. Oh, they already investigated the Somali Center. I'm sorry, the Leering Center, and nobody did anything about it. I was trying to look and see if they had another one on here, what they was doing. Oh, let me just see this. I was looking at some on Twitter here. Let me get y'all over here and see if we can get y'all in on the screen here.
Millionaires continues to be fast-tracked through the legislature, and today supporters rallied outside the steps of the Capitol building in Olympia. Several labor unions are behind today's rally, including the Washington Education Association, Washington Federation of State Employees, and SEIU branches that represent workers in the healthcare industry. Speaker of the House, Democrat Lori Jenkins, attended the rally as well, supporting the millionaire tax. Supporters argue the rich should pay more to subsidize services like healthcare and education. One speaker says she is from the Somali American community here in Washington, and she works in the childcare industry. At the podium, she said for too long, the wealthiest people in this state have paid less than they owe.
We go to work early every morning so parents can get to their job, and it's not right that the workforce holding up our economy struggles to make ends meet. That is why we support the millionaire's tax. Because investing in our childcare is investing in working families and, of course, our futures, our children.
You ever notice that these people always want more and more and more? All they do is come over here and just get free stuff.
In the current form, Senate Bill 6346 would tax 9.9% of anyone whose income is $1 million or more. It could generate around $3.7 billion a year.
It don't matter how much money you produce for a government that's corrupt. No matter how much money you produce, they're going to always find a way to spend more. Look at almost all the extra money. All the extra spending all it has something to do with is that it's for the government to pay off bribes and kickbacks and other foreign entities. That's the only thing it's for, because the damn sure ain't to help us. Nothing these people do is to help us. Nothing. But of course, you can't say
year from roughly around 30,000 households starting in 2028. Opponents say the millionaire's income tax is against the state constitution. Also, another concern from Republicans in Olympia is whether the income tax could eventually apply to middle and working class families. Senator Chris Gildon posing that question to main sponsor, Senator Jamie Peterson. In a previous committee meeting, Peterson answered it this way.
We don't have the ability to bind future legislatures. And I suspect that in the future, we all want to make sure that our successors will have the flexibility to respond to the challenge.
You know, another thing I hate, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of impatient when somebody when I ask them a question and they don't give me a direct answer. It drives me crazy. I'm not gonna even lie, it drives me crazy. When I want to just know a simple answer and then you want to answer them a simple question That's what these politicians do. Every time you ask them something very, very simple, like, does the tariff help us or do they hurt us? Well, you know, it's kind of complicated. No, it's not complicated, damn it. Hell is you talking about? Do you have borders in each state? Does every country have a border? Do you have do you expect the people next door to pay for your health insurance? They don't want to answer the question. It was more complicated than that. No, why are you forcing us to pay anything? I'm sorry, but we already gave enough. But everything you do, see, it reminds me of like when they keep trying to make us pay stuff. It reminds me of my glasses. Really click it now. I'm gonna show you this. It reminds me of these dogs right here. Let me show you these dogs. Whenever somebody want me to feel sympathy for these illegals, I feel like these. I want to play like I'm asleep. You got a dog faking like they sleep. And that's something. AI is something else, boy. Have you ever did that? When I was a kid, I used to do that. If we got one, we finally got one of those bitty games that you could play. I forgot what it's called, head-to-head football or something. It's one of not these advanced games like they got now. But sometimes my mom would say, go to sleep, and then you be in the room trying to play it. And when you hear it coming, you put it under cover. Some of y'all done fake sleep like that yourself. Pretending like you sleep, you know damn well you're not asleep. Somebody's coming, you're gonna pretend like you sleep. They had this fella, you know, I always like to show you a good F around and find out, F-A-F-O. Well, I got one of those for you tonight. And here's the thing. This fella right here, I don't know why he was trying to just, I guess he thought this guy was scared of him, but he gave him an uppercut. It was kind of funny too. Watch this. See, he came behind the counter. For no reason, he came behind the counter. Watch this. Watch this. Just watch it coming. Boom! Woo! His girlfriend saying, babe, he hit him with an uppercut. Caught him with an uppercut, man. That's funny. That's what you get for acting the fool. Why his girlfriend was wiring him up. It's more people that got themselves killed trying to impress somebody than you wouldn't even be able to believe. But they don't. As a society, we gotta start. We gotta stop listening to every damn thing that somebody says on the internet, because you gotta use common sense on some of it. Some of it is simpler common sense, but it seems like nobody wants to use common sense as a whole. Here we are having a debate. These damn politicians who's never actually owned a business, never even had a real job, like Bernie Sanders. I don't mean to throw nobody in the bus, but I just don't know for the life of me how anybody was fooled by Bernie Sanders, and they're supposed to be intelligent. He's been in office all this time. I don't trust no politician who's never had a job or a business, because you're not reliable. You don't even know how it feels to actually have to go to work and stuff. but they want you just to listen to them because they said so, because they know what's best for you. If you can remember this one thing, the left, they love to make you think that they're doing it for your best interest. The government, in order for the government to keep functioning, keep getting money, it has to keep people sick and ignorant. It has to keep you in fear too. Fear, sickness, and ignorance is what keep the politicians in office. Because if the voters was, if they were aware of things, if they had educated themselves, and if we had held them accountable, they wouldn't be passing all these laws that's hurtful to us. All these illegals coming over. I'm sorry your country is trash, but you can't come here. All we've done over the years, I think it was we weren't even at $1 trillion in 1983, I believe it was. And look how much money they spent. Why are they still having the same problems? If these people are so damn smart, why are they having the same problems for the last 50 years and the problems are getting worse? More debt, crime, the whole 9 yards. Crime has went down, actually. I think they said crime is at like 100-year low because we closed off the border and we started prosecuting some people. I want to prosecute the ones who allowed the criminals and the illegals to come over here. That's what I want prosecuted. That's when I know that you're serious, when you start prosecuting some of those damn people. So they want you to believe that terrorists are bad. Terrorists are not bad. No, they're not bad. And they want you to believe that private school is bad, but public school is great. Well, why we got so many damn ignorant people because of the public school if it's so damn good? Everything they do is to enslave you. Everything. The federal government, the feds, as we call it, is the worst thing that ever happened to this country. Think about it. I mean, they don't even really get offended over child molesters. Woody Allen married his damn daughter. Hollywood still accepts them because they're sick. Dealing with sick people. Sick people do sick things. But we got to get out of here. But we got to say a prayer before we get out of here for my man Steak's son-in-law. Had an accident, and he's not doing it. They had to rush him to the hospital. He's at the Duke University Hospital. So we got to say a prayer for him before we get out of here. Father, we come to you and we ask you to watch over Steak's son-in-law. We pray that you would heal him, Lord, and mentally prepare him for tragedy that has happened. We pray, Lord, that you would give his wife the strength. We pray that you would give Brother Steak the words and the encouragement to encourage them, to help them get through this situation. But we know, Lord, that you can do all things. And we pray right now that, first of all, that the surgery goes well. And we pray, Lord, that you would give him the strength mentally to deal with this tragic situation. We pray and ask this in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, God bless you, Common Sense Nation. Be safe and don't ever stop searching for the truth.